I will be creating a beautiful decor piece for you today. This one is to celebrate Christmas, but you can create one for yourself or give it as a gift for any occasion. All you need to do is change the color or sentiment if you are using one. See you in a few. Hello and welcome to Creative Coloring with Erum. Today I have a lovely Christmas decor piece to share with you. It looks absolutely gorgeous in person, and this wasn't on my list actually. I was set to make a card and I kept on adding to the flower. Then I thought, hey, let's just create a decor piece instead of a card. I will share with you all the details of what happened and why the plan changed while working on this. I will be using the Build-A-Flower Poinsettia stamp set, and I will just be using the outline stamp set. You can use the layers too if you want to. Now I have made this project earlier. I actually made a card and I lost the footage because my hard disk crashed. So you can see the red cardstock there has a bit of a missing piece. So I will be using the red cardstock and the darkest green cardstock from the Green Meadows Gradient cardstock set. I will be applying anti-static powder onto the cardstock before embossing. Then I will stamp the outline poinsettia and embossing ink onto both the cardstocks and cover them with rose gold embossing powder and heat set them. It is up to you how many layers of these elements you want. I already have one I created earlier, one of the red and one of the green. Then I will use the coordinating die to die cut the flowers. Now the green layer is going to be the leaf layer and the red one is of course my top layer. And to add a bit of depth to the flower, I'm quickly going to apply a bit of inking to the center of the red one using the mini blending brush. And the reason I'm using the mini blending brush is that I want concentrated inking on the center. I will be using the Grapevine Crisp Dye Ink. I'm not spreading this out too much, I'm just staying on the center portion there. For the green layer, I will use the Mountain Pine Crisp Dye Ink, but first I will see how much of inking do I need. So I will place the red layer on top of the green layer to get an idea and apply ink accordingly. Next, I will also die cut a layer out of gold glitter cardstock. This is from the Gilded glitter cardstock set. And I will snip off the petals and attach them in a way that they look larger than the flower. You can only do this if you adhere them away from the center. You can also do this if you want to add more red or green elements and create a larger floral. You will need a circular base though, and more circular bases gradually increasing in size the larger the flower is. I hope you get my point. Now onto the background. I'm trying to replicate what I created earlier just to show you how it's done. Even right now my plan is to create a card and not a decor piece. So I will apply water to the panel and leave the edges dry. I'm using the A2 loose watercolor cardstock sheet. After I have applied a bit of water, I will then drop in the green pigment that matches my leaves. I will then use light and dark green pigment both. I will keep this light but still visible. Once I'm happy with the result, I will dry the panel with the heat tool. Next, I will start adding splatters of green pigment, and I will keep changing the concentration of this pigment to get both light and dark splatters. Once done, I will dry the panel. Next, I will add fine black splatters. This round pan is from the Essential Watercolor 12 pan set. Next, I will take a bit of this yellow gold color and mix it with green metallic color to form a custom yellow-green metallic shade and splatter this onto the panel. This is from the Metallic Watercolor 14 pan set. I will also add just the gold splatters to add more sparkle. I know it's still wet, but here is how the panel looks, and you can see the shimmering watercolor right away, and it looks even more beautiful once it dries. Now this is the original panel that I worked on. I stamped the sentiment in Obsidian ink and as you can see, this one is a tad lighter and I'm going to be using this one since it's dry and flattened out. I will place the layered poinsettia onto the panel and see how beautiful it looks. If you want to create a card like this to give it to someone in person, then you can absolutely create a card. But I decided to create a decor piece instead. But how did I reach that conclusion was after I adhered that extra flower I embossed and inked for this video with instant dimension foam tape onto the layered poinsettia. It just popped and looked so much better, and I thought this needs to be framed. Then I took out the Thin Frames 3D die set and die cut both dies twice. So I have 2 of each. Next, with the help of Altenew's bone folder, I will reinforce the score lines. This is very easy to do. The score lines are already there. You just have to go over them and then fold the piece. Then I will adhere the double-sided adhesive. Any very sticky adhesive will do. And then I will tuck in the wider portion inside and the lip is going to be on the top. Then I will put the frame together. For this, the straight edge tucks into the diagonal end one. Apply adhesive on the straight edge, on the back side area, and just a tiny drop on the front if you are using liquid adhesive. So this fits perfectly on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of cardstock, an A2 size. Because the first panel I created was for a card, it was smaller than the card base. So I will have to do some maneuvering to fit this, but I will show you that the panel I watercolored for this video is the A2 size, so it fits perfectly, as you can see for yourself. But I'm still not using this one, as it's still warped and I don't have the time to wait. So for the sake of this video and to complete my project, I will adhere the frame onto the panel that I made for the card initially, and then onto a separate A2 panel for sturdiness. But you will use the A2 watercolor panel directly, and that will be enough. But of course, if you want to add more sturdiness to your project, you can add more layers and backing. With my frame now complete, I will now adhere the layered flower, and I think it looks amazing. I haven't made something this dimensional in a while, and I love the look. I hope you liked the project and that it inspired you to create something like this for other seasons or other occasions by adding tons of dimension to an element that you add to it. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!